So, namaste to everyone, and today I would like to share an experience, a journey with a monk. So, I'm currently in Darjeeling and I visited a beautiful monastery nearby, and it was heavily raining when I went into the monastery. So, there one of the monks who has been a monk for last 22 years of his life uh, came to me and he showed me his monastery. He was showing me the pictures around the monasteries, the art that is being displayed in the monasteries. As I walked with him in the monastery, he was telling about the journey of Gautam Buddha, how he was born, how he was so rich, how his entire journey was, how he meditated post, then he was even married, all of that. So many of such facts that most of us know was displayed in a beautiful painting over there. And he was explaining to me about details about the painting and his journey. After we completed the journey is when he revealed something very deep to me. So this monk, I need to explain the way he appeared to me. He had this very soft eyebrows and very humble smile. His face was very radiant even at 7:30 in the night, where the lighting was quite low. He still had this very soft, blessing kind of a face. And because of this aura of his, I was more receptive to his words. I wanted to learn more from him, and I was more open to learn from this particular person. He took me on a tour of his monastery. He showed me where students are learning. He showed me small kids from class number 1 to class 8, and what are the subjects they teach, and with the subjects that they teach, how they inculcate the Bodhisattva teachings to the children, and how they have universities. They even have degrees till PhD. So he was just explaining all of those to me. Everything he said was bringing in deep analysis in my mind about what I have learned till now through spirituality, through yoga. And one thing that I really learned from him is this. I asked him a very tough question. Um, he said that compassion and empathy is one of the top teachings of Bodhisattva, and compassion and empathy towards everything, towards Mother Earth, insects, plants, even plankton, fishes, animals, and then humans as well. So when he was explaining empathy and compassion to me, I could connect to all of his words. Especially when he said animals, birds, and plants, I was in total sync with him because I personally am born with this empathy for animals, compassion for animals, plants, and all of the environment. I also deeply feel for. While this is a form of my nature, I also struggled with compassion through and empathy towards humans. Because I would find it very hard when humans are completely rude or something. They're coming to me with a wrongdoing, or one of the things like greed, anger, or lust and attachment. So if someone is coming through that, I would just be like, I would slowly run away from this person. So I personally have this trouble in showing complete compassion and empathy towards human being. So when I was thinking about this, a question came into my mind, and I finally asked him that question. And here's a very deep understanding that I've received, and that. So here's the question that I asked him. I told him that Assume that if there is a murderer coming in front of you, someone who has slaughtered many people, given pain to so many people, and he's right in front of you, can you show, he's also a part of being human, right? So can you show this compassion and empathy to him? And how can you show compassion and empathy to him? Because personally, I would run away from a person like that. And he looked at me, and he, with a very soft voice, he told me this: you can't show compassion and empathy because this person who is a murderer is suffering already. In real life, we consider that if someone has committed a crime, karma is going to take actions. And we see that, right? We see how people suffer due to karmic actions. So people do certain deeds which are not right, even in their own consciousness, and karma comes to them. We as outsiders, we see people going through this, and we feel that, hey, he did that, so he's getting this. But there's a small change in thinking in order to have Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. He told me that the person is already suffering when he committed the crime itself. So the difference between what we see is, we see that the person committed crime and then he's suffering. The person is already suffering when he committed the crime or when he is doing unethical stuff. So he explained how, in a very simple word. So when we are driven by Kam, Krodh, Lobh and Moha, okay, when we are driven by these four things, we create a small wall around ourselves. It's like a kuwa, he said, like a well. So whenever we are driven by these things in order to live our life, we create a wall around us, and this wall gets thicker and gets closer to us as and when we dwell more into Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh cannot give you freedom. In fact, it puts you into this small space, making you a Kupa Manduk. And someone who is jailed in such a small container is already suffering. Is already suffering. Not that karma gave him suffering, but he is already suffering, and karma is looking at it and giving him a fruit. This is law of attraction, my friends. You're already in a well, and that's why you attracted the suffering. So when you break through this Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, when you believe in non-attachment and freedom and giving this compassion and empathy to each and every person, thing, even non-living thing, then you're free from this well. You're free, you're mukt. You're already on the line of mukti. So this is what he has taught me, and it just touched me deeply in my heart, because this is something I was finding way too hard, because Viveka and Tarka would make me run away from humans very easily. And today, while I ponder about this, I really want to have this empathy and compassion, and I'm ready to work towards it. He told me that the person is already suffering when